Yeah, so the strange thing about the costumes is, of course, earlier in the week they trademarked King K. Rool. He's been doing phenomenally well on the Smash ballot. But then this costume came out, and people were assuming that it meant Sakurai was just sort of throwing a bone to fans before they become extremely disappointed to find out that he's not going to make it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that it easily could be, they see the polls, they see that he's doing well, and they decided to make him a DLC fighter, but in the meantime, while they develop him, here's this costume so that they can make a little bit of extra money off of the support, and that people don't have to wait so long to see that their voices have been heard.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's really a move that we can read into that much. I mean, I think it's an interesting move for the reasons we just discussed, but at the same time, I think it's completely separate from whether he would be included as a character. I don't think they've King K. ruled him out. I just think they're capitalizing on the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an opinion one way or the other either as to what this means, but I think a lot of people have been looking at, the way they've been approaching new content in the Smash Bros. Games and thinking, they figured out kind of the rules Sakurai has in place for building new content. When pretty much every rule that's been conceived so far has been shattered. Like, people thought for a long time there would never be more than one third-party character per company, and now we have 2 from Capcom, one of which was added after the game was released. People thought, we'll never get Ryu because he's a fighting character, and fighting game characters don't get added to Smash Bros. And obviously Ryu is now in Smash Bros. And now there's this costumes rule that people seem to be assuming, which is that if a character gets a costume but is not in the game, that means they won't be in the game. I think that's a bit too much of a leap, because we have gotten a lot of post-release costumes that have been tied to characters that are actually in the game. So there really isn't an observable pattern yet, in particular because not all of the DLC has come out yet, so we really can't make any judgment.
Yeah, because, we saw when they revealed the Meta Knight mask, people thought that meant Meta Knight wasn't coming back, but then he came back, at the end of the week.
Yeah.
They announced that.
Yeah.
Exactly. We got a Link costume. We now have a Samus costume. So I don't think, characters like Flying Man and the Black Knight, I don't think a costume is any indication that they could be coming in the future. But characters at least like King K. Rool, maybe like Lloyd and Chrom, because Chrom could be an easy reskin.
Yeah.
Those could have a little bit more weight to them.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I'm looking at it, the thumbnail for the trailer actually has Chrom, King K. Rool, and Lloyd all in the same row, and all the less relevant costumes separated from them. So, don't know if that's worth reading into.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week Clip NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week Podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.